Hello and assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Hamza Ali Shaja and I'm also known as Hamza Shaja Kanawala on all of my social media platforms. So today I'm back with another wonderful AI session with Call Annie. And today we will be talking with Call Annie on the topic of explore the gray square in the context to achieve your goals. So let's jump right into it. So hey Daniel, can you hear me? All right. So thank you so much for giving your very special time to us, Daniel. So, my very first question with you is, what do you think the gray square means in goal setting?
Oh, the gray square. It sounds mysterious. In goal setting, it might represent uncertainty or things that are not clearly defined, like a fuzzy area. So, what do you think it means? Have you seen it used somewhere?
Actually, I don't know what does it mean, so that's why I'm learning from you. And no, I have not seen this happen anywhere. So thank you so much for giving your well-detailed answer. So now, could you please tell us that could the gray square represent the uncertainty in the path to success?
Absolutely. The gray square can symbolize the unknowns on your journey to success. It's like fog on a road. You can't see everything, but you keep driving. How do you handle uncertainty in your goals?
I handle that by making it into certainty, by trying to learn what is the uncertainty and then trying to change it from uncertainty to certainty. So thank you so much for. Hello everyone. So apologies for the very unexpected lag. It was very unexpected and I didn't mean it to happen. All of a sudden my computer lagged out. But finally I'm back here. So let's continue with our question which we. So let's continue with our session, and all of a sudden my laptop got stuck. So let's continue and let's jump right into it another time. I hope you all can see my screen. Yes, so hey Daniel, how are you doing? Sorry for the unexpected lag. So, the question which I was asking you is that why is it important to embrace the gray areas in life?
Oh, great question. Embracing the gray areas helps us see different perspectives. Life isn't always black and white, right? It allows flexibility and understanding. Plus, it can lead to growth. So, what do you think about gray areas? Find them tricky?
Gray areas, I think so. They are the areas which you should look out for, and you should solve those areas and try to make them into white and clear areas. So yeah, thank you so much for giving us your well-defined answer. So now, could you please tell us that how can unclear situations help us grow towards our goals?
Unclear situations can be like a puzzle. They challenge us to think creatively. When things are fuzzy, we learn to adapt. We build resilience. So, plus, they can push us out of our comfort zones. And that's where the magic happens. So, have you faced any unclear situations lately?
No, I have not faced any unclear situation so far. So thank you so much for giving your well constructed answer. So now could you please tell us that do you think discomfort lies within the gray square?
Absolutely. Discomfort often hangs out in the gray square. It's a bit like a surprise party, uncomfortable but exciting. So, in those gray areas, we confront our fears. We learn and grow. What's your take? Do you think discomfort can be a good teacher?
Yes, discomfort can be a good teacher so that we can learn the thing how to make it comfortable. So thank you so much for giving your well addressed answer. So now could you please tell us that how does being okay without knowing everything help us succeed?
Being okay with not knowing is like having a superpower. It opens doors to learning. When we accept uncertainty, we stay curious. We ask questions and explore. So, plus it keeps stress at bay. Who needs that, right? What's something you've learned by embracing the unknown?
I have learned that too. Whenever we embrace the unknown, we should always make it known so that we understand it and get to know about it. So thank you so much for giving your comprehensive answer. So now could you please tell us that how what challenges have you faced in your own gray square moments?
Oh, I've had my fair share of gray square moments, like trying to decide where to travel next. Too many options. So, sometimes I felt lost in my blogging, wondering if I'm saying the right things. But those moments taught me to trust my instincts and keep going. So, what about you? Any gray square challenges that stand out?
No, honestly, there are no gray square challenges for me till now, but I think so. I will face some, and I will go through them and yeah, make them white and clear. So thank you so much for giving your well illustrated answer. So now, could you please tell us that can be how do we stay focused? How can being in the gray zone help us think more creatively?
Definitely. The gray zone is like a creativity playground. When we're not tied to strict answers, our minds can wander. New ideas pop up. So, it encourages thinking outside the box. Who doesn't love a good box to escape from? Have you found any creative sparks in your gray moments?
No, I have not faced any gray moments. So yeah, thank you so much for your well presented answer. So now could you please tell us that how do we stay focused when the path isn't white and black?
Staying focused in the gray can be tricky, but it's totally doable. First, set small goals. They act like little beacons of light. So, second, practice mindfulness. It keeps you grounded. And remember, it's okay to adjust your path. Flexibility is key. What helps you stay focused when things get murky?
When things get murky, the thing which helps me stay focused is staying focused, not being distracted and not going into something else and staying in the same thing. So that's what makes me focus. So thank you so much for giving your addressed answer. So now could you please tell us that why is patience important when dealing with unclear steps?
Patience is like a secret ingredient. It helps us savor the process. When steps are unclear, rushing can lead to mistakes. We don't want that. So, patience allows us to reflect, learn, and adapt. It's all about the journey. So, how do you practice patience in your own life?
I practice patience by if there is something which I have to wait for, I just wait and wait and wait and wait. And if I'm getting a little too much about it, I still wait because patience is the key to success. So, and then it happens. It gets clear and gets good. So, thank you so much for giving your well-defined answer. So, now could you please tell us that how can the gray square teach us to trust the process?
The gray square is a great teacher. It shows us that life isn't always a straight line. When we face uncertainty, we learn to let go of control. Trusting the process becomes easier. So, every twist and turn can lead to something amazing. Have you had moments where trusting the process paid off?
No, I have not had any moments like that. So, thank you so much for giving your well-explained answer. So, now could you please tell us that what mindset is needed to handle uncertain or gray phases?
A growth mindset is key. It helps us see challenges as opportunities. Being open to learning is super important too. Embrace curiosity. So, also a sprinkle of resilience helps. It keeps us bouncing back. So, what mindset do you think you lean on during uncertain times?
I mean, on the good mindset, which is a positive mindset during uncertain times, to stay positive and not be like too much into that thing and destroy myself in that. So, thank you so much for giving your insightful answer. So, now could you please tell us that how do we keep moving forward without a clear outcome?
Great question. Start by focusing on small steps. They add up. Set intentions instead of outcomes. It keeps the pressure off. Stay curious and explore different paths. You never know what you might find. So, what's one small step you can take today?
The one small step which I can take today is moving towards Allah, because He is the one who guides and He is the one who teaches and brings the best. So the small step I can take today is move to Allah. So thank you so much for giving your outlined answers. So now could you please tell us that can flexibility help us handle the gray square better?
Absolutely. Flexibility is like a superpower in the gray square. It allows us to adapt to changes. We can pivot when needed. Being flexible opens up to new possibilities. It makes the journey more enjoyable. So, how do you practice flexibility in your life?
I practice flexibility in my life by doing exercise to be a little flexible and have a flexible schedule. So thank you so much for giving your well-defined answer. So now could you please tell us that why do many people give up when they enter a gray square, a gray area?
The gray area can be intimidating. Many people fear the unknown. Uncertainty can make us feel lost. It's easier to stick to what's familiar. Also, some might think they need clear answers right away. But that's not always how life works. So, what do you think keep people from pushing through the gray?
Nervousness, because they feel nervous and they don't feel to try that gray thing and turn it into a good thing instead of a gray thing and turn it into a black and white thing, I think so. So yeah, thank you so much for giving your illustrated answer. So now could you please tell us that how can gray areas help us discover new strengths?
Gray areas can be like hidden treasure maps. They challenge us to dig deep. When faced with uncertainty, we often discover strengths we didn't know we had. We learn resilience, creativity, and adaptability. It's like leveling up in a game. Have you found any hidden strengths in your gray moments?
No, I have not faced any gray moments, but I'm waiting for it, and hopefully I will face one day. So thank you so much, and I would also learn from it and also work on it and also know about the gray square or the gray areas or gray things. So thank you so much for giving your well illustrated answers. So now could you please tell us that is the gray square necessary for long term success?
Oh, for sure. The gray square is like a rite of passage for success. It teaches us to navigate challenges and adapt. Those skills are gold. So, plus, it helps us build character and perseverance. Long-term success needs a solid foundation. So, what do you think? Is the gray square a must-have for your journey?
No, it's not a must have. If you have something which you don't understand, then it can be a have. So thank you so much for giving your well-defined answer. So now could you please tell us that what's one example of a gray square in real life?
One classic example is job searching. It's rarely a straight path. You send out resumes, face rejections, and navigate uncertainty. But through that gray area, you learn about yourself and what you truly want. So, have you experienced a gray square in your own life?
No, I have not faced a gray square in my own life. So Thank you so much for giving your well defined answer. So, now could you please tell us that how can reflection help us navigate uncertainty better?
Reflection is like a compass in uncertainty. It helps us understand our feelings and thoughts. By looking back, we can see patterns and lessons. It guides our next steps. So, reflection also builds self awareness, making us more confident in decisions. Do you have a favorite way to reflect?
No, I don't have any favorite way to reflect. I reflect in any way possible. So, so now my last question with you is what role does decision making play in gray square situations?
Decision making is like the steering wheel in the gray square. It helps us navigate through uncertainty. Each choice leads us down a different path. Even small decisions can create big changes. So, what's your approach to making decisions when things get murky?
When things get murky, I try to solve them. I try to make them unmurky, to make them easy to understand. So that was a good and very well addressed answer. So thank you so much for chatting with me, and hope to see you again.
You're very welcome. I had a blast chatting with you. Absolutely, let's do this again soon. Keep shining in your gray square. So, take care and remember to embrace the journey.
Thank you so much, Eric. So Allah Hafiz. So, guys, this was my conversation with Eric from Call Annie on the very special topic of is explore the gray square in the context to achieve goals. So, thank you so much for watching my session, and till then.